Well, they'll be here soon, which means getting ready for sea creatures, calling Kansas City's new Sea Life Aquarium home. Our Brenda Washington live at Crown Center with an early look behind the scenes. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, guys. Well, we're right here overlooking the shark tank. You know, everybody's talking about when will the sharks be here? When will they be here? All of the fish should be coming in maybe in another few weeks. But you know what? There's still a lot of work to be done to get all of the pools ready. And again, this is the shark pool you're looking at, 130 gallons of water. And guess who's in charge of it? Aaron Sproul, who also, you'll have to dive down and clean this out, right?
Periodically, yeah. I will have to get in there and clean the windows, scrub rock work, move substrate, and catch fish as need be.
Oh, wow. Hopefully the sharks won't be in there. Now, as we walk and look at this, what kind of sharks will be in here?
We're going to have some black-nosed sharks, Atlantic black-nosed sharks. There's going to be a tasseled wobbegong, which is kind of a real unique shark that sits at the bottom. And then we're going to have a couple small brown sharks that were actually raised in captivity.
And how large are we talking about?
When they come in, they're going to probably be about between 3 and 4 feet.
So no great whites?
No great whites.
Oh, darn.
Too small for them.
Too small for that. What is it you want people to know right now? What are you doing to this tank to get it ready?
Well, right now, because we are bringing fish in, we have to get the biological filtration running in this tank. So basically what we're doing, the tank is salt water now. We've added bacteria in it, and we actually feed ammonium chloride, which is a chemical compound that simulates having fish in the tank.
And one last thing, the purple light that we're looking at, that's actually part of what, the glass tunnel that folks can walk under to see the sharks above them? Is that right?
Yeah, there's 2 tunnels and then 2 dome entryways that you can actually stand in and observe fish in.
You know what, even though the fish aren't here yet, I'm getting excited. I think this is going to really be something for Kansas City to have this Sea Life Aquarium here. We're going to be here almost all morning long bringing you some of these behind-the-scenes looks as they get things ready. So back to you in the studio.
KMBC-9's Brenda Washington is at Crown Center right now. A sneak peek. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, guys. Well, this might be the less glamorous part of the aquarium. This is the heart and lungs, though, of the aquarium. This is where all of the wastewater and the different things pump through to keep the fish alive. And we are back with Aaron Sproul, who's the display curator. And this looks like that robot from Lost in Space. What is that?
This is what they call a protein skimmer. What it does is it creates like a foam, and the particulate matters in the water foam to the surface, and it deposits all the debris out on the outside of the cone. Real unique device.
Yeah. Now, just explain how this all works as we walk through.
Well, we have our main pumps over here that will pump water. The water goes through these sand filters, which are similar to like sand filters that you'd have on a swimming pool. When we were talking about the biological filtration earlier, all that kind of occurs within the sand filters. The water will then pump back into the tank or through the ancillary systems and then return back through what we call a biotower, which is on that back wall over there, or go through the protein skimmer. When it's all done there, it'll drop down into that hole right there.
This hole right over here.
That hole right there. And then basically it'll suck right back up to the pumps and start the process all over again.
Okay, and this morning they're going to allow me, guys, to, I may need a little help, Aaron, to actually turn this on. So, Aaron, which button do I push first?
Select Ocean Pump 1.
Ocean Pump 1, which is this one?
Nope, right here.
Okay, whoops, pushed the wrong one. Okay, that one?
That one.
Okay, and then start.
And they're winding up.
Okay, they're winding up. Okay. See, they don't need me in here by myself. I'm liable to blow something up. Okay, so what's happening here, Aaron?
The pumps are actually starting up now, so we're starting the flow of the water. And on the display, by the time they're ramped up, we'll be flowing at about 1,500 gallons per minute.
Okay, well, we're going to be here for the rest of the morning showing you some more behind the scenes as they get ready for all of those sea creatures coming in. Back to you.
Brenda Washington flipping the switch there at
I know.
Crown Center. How about that?
All the water better stay in the tank.
In a few more weeks, you'll be able to get nose-to-nose with sharks, starfish, rays, and other sea creatures at Crown Center. Our Brenda Washington is there this morning ahead of the big opening, the Sea Life Aquarium, and they're getting ready, right?
That's right, Chris. We're here in another section. This is called, what is it, Aaron Sproul, who you're the curator? What's this called, this area?
This is our freshwater section. It's going to house native fish from the Missouri and Kansas area, species like your largemouth bass, your blue catfish, channel catfish.
Little bluegills.
Yep, little bluegills. We're going to have bluegills, sunfish, all kinds of different panfish in here.
Now, I know you're testing the different waterfalls in these tanks before the fish arrive, and they'll be arriving in a couple of weeks. What is it that you're testing for right now?
Well, again, like with the main tank upstairs, we add bacteria to the tank, and then we feed it ammonium chloride, which simulates fish being in the tank, which starts the biological filtration. Now, this system is on its own. It is a freshwater system, so it's independent. So we have to do the same process with this tank as we would at the other tank.
Now, how do you keep the fish healthy? You know, we were talking about that earlier.
Well, one of the things you do with to keep the fish healthy is you never want to handle them out of the water. And if you do have to handle them out of the water, you always want to make sure your hands are wet. That way it prevents the slime coat from being compromised on the fish, and that it keeps the fish healthy in that aspect.
Well, yeah, as you can see, boy, they have a lot of work to do still to get ready for all those sea creatures coming in, including some sharks, local fish, stingrays, you name it. It's going to be a wonderful experience once this opens officially in April. But we're not done. We still have a few more things to show you this morning. So, Chris, back to you.
And it won't be long before the tanks at Kansas City's new Sea Life Aquarium will be filled with sharks, rays, and thousands more sea creatures. KMBC 9's Brenda Washington is there, flipping the switch already, as we saw earlier this morning on First News. Right, Brenda?
Yeah, that's right, Chris. You know what? You talk about those sharks and those rays. Well, guess what? We're going to walk to an area right now where you're going to be able to see those creatures swimming overhead. That is the tunnel that we were talking about this morning. We were up above it showing you the tanks where the sharks were going to be, but this is the tunnel where they're going to be flying and swimming. Right, Aaron?
Swimming around, yep. This is our main ocean tank. It's 130,000 gallons of water. Right now it is salt water, and it's being bio-matured for the fish. So basically everything right now, it thinks it's an aquarium with fish in it. So we're getting it ready.
Now, you also have a replica of a prehistoric, is it a reptile or a fish?
That's actually a reptile. It's a plesiosaur. It would have swam in the waters around when dinosaurs existed. It's a large creature that I wouldn't want to mess with.
Got to ask you now, are the fish and the creatures you're going to have here, are they going to be reproducing?
Yeah, there probably will be some reproduction in the tank. If we can, we'll get the babies out. If not, then hopefully they'll grow up in the tank. And again, as in the natural environment, there's a possibility that they might get eaten.
Well, coming up at our next hit, you know, you got to feed these sea creatures. What do you feed a shark? What do you feed a jelly? We're going to go up to the kitchen in about 15 minutes. Back to you, Chris.
And it won't be long before the tanks at Kansas City's new Sea Life Aquarium will be filled with sharks, rays, and thousands more sea creatures. KMBC 9's Brenda Washington live in Crown Center, where they're getting ready right now. Brenda, good morning.
That's right, Chris. We're in the kitchen. Like I said earlier, I kind of feel like Rachel Ray. We're back here with Aaron Sproul, who is the display curator. We're trying to show you some of the food that the fish will be fed. And Aaron, what is this you're going to be mixing up here?
This is actually a gel supplement. It's kind of what we call it. We call it algae flavored Jello. And what's really neat, like it's important that all the fish eat all their nutrients. What we do is we make this nice little algae flavored Jello for them, mix it up, and it'll kind of form up its consistency like a cake-like batter.
And then you just drop it in the water.
And then it'll freeze. Yeah, we'll set it up in the refrigerator. It'll set up, and we'll cut it up into bite-sized pieces for the fish.
Okay, and who gets what, though? Who's fed this versus some of the other fish?
All the fish, they will eat fish or shrimp, and then other fish, we'll feed them this supplement also. So they'll get this, because it's important to have your vegetables, we'll rotate it out with the other fish,
now,
basically.
What's this? I think you've got some vitamins.
These, yep, we have vitamins
Open those up
right
for us
now.
and show us. How do you feed those to the fish and the other creatures?
These are just like your animals at home. You have to hide them. So what you'll do is you'll take a fish, you'll take one of these little vitamins, hide it way up deep inside the fish, and offer it to the fish. And hopefully it won't be able to pick it out like your cats or dogs do at home.
That's right. I have cats. Oh, it's horrible. Now, how much does who eat what?
On average, we'll probably feed about 30 to 35 pounds of restaurant-quality seafood each day. When I say restaurant-quality seafood, that means that's the exact same food if you were to go out to...
They eat better than us, in other words.
That's right. They eat way better than we do. Yep.
Okay, well, listen, the fish will be here. They're thinking maybe another couple of weeks. Of course, we will be here when they bring those fish in, and then the official opening for the Sea Life Aquarium here in KC sometime in April. So, guys, that's the tour from this morning. Back to you, Chris.
Brenda, thank you. 6:48 right now.
The official opening is still to come.